It's just so good. Look at that. Do you see that? Girl, get her. Hi guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing my November beauty favorites. We are doing my November clean beauty favorites, and I cannot believe November's over. For those of us who celebrate Thanksgiving, we're already through Thanksgiving, which is crazy. We're rearing up for the rest of the holiday season, and I cannot believe it went by so fast. I feel like I blinked and November just vanished. It's crazy, but I say that every month. I feel like everyone always says that, but it just feels like time goes by so quickly. But anyways, I digress. I'm really excited to talk to you about the favorites that I had this month. And I would love to know down below, have you started your holiday shopping? If you have, let me know where you're shopping, what you're buying, because I need some inspiration for a couple of people. So leave a comment down below. And yeah, I just want to jump into this video and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into my November clean beauty favorites. November faves, let's get into it. I'm excited. So first we're going to talk nails, which is something I haven't talked about in a while, which I feel like is a miss because I always do my own nails and I just, for whatever reason, don't always mention the products that I'm using that month, which I'm gonna start doing more. But the first thing that I've been using a ton is Olive & June. Now, you know how I feel about Olive & June. I feel like I have 3 videos like dedicated to them. They are so good. I am a big fan, and specifically with their dark colors, they're my favorite. And they have a red shade, which is really beautiful. I love Olive & June. I have been loving, I love black on my nails. I have been loving this black shade, especially black on my toenails. I don't know why, it's just so good. So I've been loving this combo specifically. This is their top coat. You know how I feel about it. I have like 6 of these. 6 is dramatic. I have about 4 or 5. So maybe not quite 6, but I have 1,000 of these. These are so good. Love. And then back on my Dazzle Dry kick, as always, this shade is just so good. It's actually what I'm wearing on my nails right now. It's the shade Zest. It's so freaking good. This is a new one I ordered because I use this constantly, especially when my nails are really short. Right now I'm trying to keep my nails short just because, you know, I've had my nails long for a really long time and it's time to jazz it up, do a little something different, and I'm loving the short nails. And this is just so good. Dazzle Dry makes my nails feel so healthy. So if you're struggling with your nail health and you're feeling like they're really paper thin, Dazzle Dry is honestly, I swear by it, the key. I do Dazzle Dry, and then by the time I take the polish off to change it to, like, let's say another shade of Dazzle Dry or Olive & June or whatever, my nails are so much healthier. I don't know what is in this, but it's so good. Anyways, let's move on to complexion. So I have been using 2 concealers nonstop this month. These 2. So one is the Kulfi concealer. I have the shade Mango Drop in this. I love this. This is a new one. I just ran out of my other one. This is such a good concealer. I'm actually wearing this one under my eyes today with a little bit of the next one. This is so good. The very creamy, really hydrating. This has a little bit more of a dewy finish. So if you're into that, this is great. And I don't find that I really struggle with creasing with the Kulfi concealer, which is great. The next one is a newer one that I tested. I did a whole video on this, the Iris and Romeo concealer. I have 2 shades now. I bought a second one because it's so good, and I wanted something that is just like the most brightening for the area where I need, just right here. I have a lot of darkness that peeks through. My dog's so loud. Darkness that peeks through right here. I love to use a super brightening shade there, but not necessarily all over my under eyes because sometimes it can look a little crazy. But I have 2 shades. So I have the shade 5, which is my new one, and the shade 7, which, I mean, you can already see. I don't know if you can tell. Oh yeah, you can see. I've been using this a ton. I love this concealer. This does not crease. Does not crease. This is such a good medium coverage concealer that truly, when I say doesn't crease, doesn't crease. I have creasy under eyes. This does not settle into any fine lines. I don't know what hocus pocus, absolute magicianry is in this, but it's so good. I highly recommend checking this out, especially if you suffer. Okay, suffer's dramatic, but you have your under eyes creasing. This is really good. Okay, next, I haven't really been wearing foundation or any skin tint, or if I have been, it's very minimal, just because during the holidays, I like to really give myself a break. because when you're doing your holiday makeup or event makeup or whatever, it's a lot at once, right? So I have been grabbing these a ton, you guys. They are so good. I'm obsessed with these. I'm obsessed with these. They're so good. These are from Westman Atelier. They are their liquid illuminating drops. Their full name is the Liquid Super Loaded something. I don't know the full name because it's really hard to tell from the bottom of this bottle, but these are so good. I have two shades. I have the shade Peau de Pêche and the shade Peau de Soleil, which is their more tan shade. I like to wear them individually or mixed together. I like to wear them all over my face or just on the high points of my cheek or just as a highlight or all together. All of those things together. I'm obsessed. It makes my skin look so healthy. My makeup really plays well with this. So if I wear foundation on top or skin tint on top, I don't feel like it's, you know, pilling or anything like that. Really, really good. Incredible to wear alone, wear with other things. I don't know. I'm obsessed with this. And when I have been wearing any type of complexion products, I'm kind of going more heavy with concealer than anything else, just because, again, I'm trying to really be good with my skin, because I just actually had a little bit of a breakout right here. I don't know if you can tell, and a little bit on my chin. You can't really tell here, and it was just so annoying. And it was definitely just time of the month annoyingness, but ever since then, I'm kind of like, we're gonna easy breezy it, because I don't want to get a really bad breakout and then have really bad hyperpigmentation. That is the worst. Then for brows, I've been loving the LYS Beauty brow gel. It's just so good, you guys. Even though the texture isn't what I traditionally like, because I like something more pomade-y or soap browsy, and this is more of a true gel, which is, it's for me usually too like wet and can like flake more. This I really like. The hold is incredible. I love this product. The brush is really good as well. You just need to clean it off, in my opinion, because there's a lot of product on the wand. But this is so good. The hold is incredible. And for where I am, which is the northeast of the United States, you really need good hold on your brows, because it's been super windy the last like week. I feel like I'm gonna blow away. This is incredible because I don't feel like my brows are moving like at all. This is so good. So then next we want to talk a little bit of bronzer contour. So the product I've been grabbing nonstop is this one from Rose Inc. This is the Rose Inc. cream bronzer, and I have the shade Seychelles. Yeah, Seychelles, and it's so good. What I love about this is it's such a good bronzer shade, but it also works so well for contour, and their shades aren't too warm, which I really struggle with bronzer shades that get too warm, which I know some people love a warm bronzer. On me, it's just giving Oompa Loompa. And I don't want to look like I'm a part of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you know? It's not for me. But I think for other people, it works really well for their undertones. But for me, I need something a little bit more neutral. And this is very nice, very neutral. Still gives me a nice tan. And can you see my dog? My dog's like right next to me and she's wandering around. But this is so good. The texture is really nice and thin. It doesn't end up looking really... Can you? My dog is just making so much noise over there. Do you mind? It is so good. It, again, thin texture. It doesn't end up making your makeup look super textured. It doesn't pick up makeup underneath. I mean, I've talked about this 1,000 times. This is really, really good. I also like it if I'm going to contour my nose. She's so loud right now. Can you guys hear her? Tell me if you guys can hear her. She's the cutest thing. I'm gonna put a picture actually on the screen of her just so you can see how cute my dog is. I'm not gonna bring her on because I have makeup set up in front of here, and let me tell you what she's gonna do. Destroy it. But this is so, so good. I'm obsessed with this. Highly recommend. Okay, next we're gonna go powder. So I've actually been grabbing 2 powders a ton this month. The Ami Collet. No one's shocked by this. I love this powder. Super nice, super soft matte, that still lets your oils peek through, so you're not gonna end up looking super flat or super dry by the end of the day. It still makes my skin look super healthy and dewy in a good way, not in a way where I'm like, oh no, this is doing nothing. So then next is this one from Westman Atelier. It's their powder. I have the translucent shade. They also have pink if you're into a pink powder or something that's more on the yellow side. They have a lot of great options. They also have really great ones for if you have darker complexion, which I really appreciate. And it's a nice, very simple powder that just keeps everything in check and blurs, which I really like. This is great. I usually have this in my purse. It's my go-to, and I have one of those triangle powder puffs and just fix my makeup up with this, but this is so good. I'm obsessed, and I've been grabbing this nonstop this month. So good. So then next we're moving on to lips, which is, I'm realizing, a weird order of operations for my usual videos, but whatever. We're gonna talk lips. And the first thing I wanna talk about is these lipsticks from Merit Beauty. I've been obsessing over two shades. The shade 1990 and the shade Slip. I also have the shade Baby, and I have the shade L'Avenue. They're all incredible. These are so good. Let's do, I did a little swatchy poo in the back of my hand for you. They're so good. So they're very beautiful brown shades. I'm hoping, oh, there we go. It would be helpful if I had it in the camera. So 1990 is this one, which is the darker shade, and Slip is this one, which is the lighter shade. I love these. They're so hydrating. Let's just put a little bit on. This is the shade Slip. It's just so good. I like how hydrating they are, because right now where I am, it's the wind can be a little crisp, so it just feels like everything flakes, and my lips are already really flaky in general because I have dry lips. So these are great, and they just glide over dryness, which I love. These are amazing, and the shade 1990 is a newer shade for me, but I'm obsessed with it. It's so good, and in general, I love a brown lip. I just do, especially just fall, winter, brown lip for days, but also summer, all the time. I just love a brown lip. Next, let's move on. Ooh, let's do lip liners. So my usual suspects of lip liners I've been loving. However, I love these from Jones Road Beauty. I'm obsessed with these lip liners. So I have two shades from Jones Road Beauty, and this one down here is the shade Cognac, and this one is Rosewood. And I am obsessed with these. They are so good. This formula of lip liner, I feel like, is harder to come by in terms of longevity, but also how hydrating it feels. I don't know, I'm a really big fan, and it is, if you're comparing it to my Ride or Die Forever Love, the Victoria Beckham Beauty one, this one is creamier than the Victoria Beckham Beauty one, but still lasts really long. I don't know, I'm obsessed with these. Okay, next let's move on to hydrating lip products. So first things first, I've been loving the Summer Fridays lip butters. I have a bunch of shades now. I have, which one is this one? Vanilla Beige. Then I have this one. I have the full size of this, but I also got the minis. Look how cute the minis are. I love them. This is the shade Brown Sugar. I also have the red shade. I have the pink sugar shade, and I also have the orange and lighter vanilla. I think it's just, instead of vanilla beige, it's just vanilla. I love these. They're so hydrating. So then next, I've been also loving, I love all of these shades I have of this, but this one's my go-to always. So this is from Rowan Beauty. This is their liquid lip balm. I'm obsessed with this. In the same vein of how the Merit Beauty lip sticks glide over dryness, this one, because it has like a nice, decent amount of color, even none of the color sticks to the dryness on your lips, or at least not on my lips. It is so good. I'm a very, very big fan of those. I mean, I've talked about them 1,000 times since I got them, and I just keep repurchasing them, and they are truly such a good gift. And if you need a good stocking stuffer, or you want to get someone with really dry lips something that still has color but looks really juicy and really pigmented in a good way where it's not too intense, these are a great product. I don't know, I'm obsessed with these. Highly recommend. Okay, now we're moving on to cheeks. So I actually haven't been grabbing too many things this month for blush in my everyday, because I'm kind of testing a few things. But when I have been, I've been grabbing these a ton. The Saie Beauty liquid blushes. You know how I feel about these two specific shades, Chili and Spicy. They are so good. I mean, look how gorgeous. Chili is definitely right now being grabbed a little bit more than Spicy, but both of these are great. I mean, you know how I feel about these. I did like a whole dedicated video to these because I'm obsessed with the Saie blushes. I would say out of all of the Saie products, the blushes, their skin tint, the blushes, and their bronzers are my favorites. But out of all of those, the blushes are my favorites. They're just so good. And they give you such a beautiful look to the cheek. They melt into the skin beautifully. I don't know, I'm obsessed with them. Okay, so the next powder. No one shocked. because I talk about these all the time, the Bare Minerals blushes, specifically in the shade Kiss of Pink and Kiss of Rose. I've been grabbing Kiss of Rose a ton. Right now, it's just so good. They're so beautiful. Let me do a little swatch of Kiss of Rose because I feel like I haven't swatched her for you in a very long time. And okay, let's try to do this straight. Oh, look how beautiful. It's just so good, you guys. And the way that it melts, oh my gosh, my dog's snoring so much. The way that it blends out is so beautiful, and it looks like, it doesn't look powdery. I don't know how to explain these, but these are very much, in my opinion, worth the money. I would pay more for these. I am obsessed with these, and when they come out, they came out with more shades, but I wasn't as interested in the newer shades, but when they come out with more shades that hopefully kind of interest me more, I'm grabbing them because these are so good. Next, we're talking setting spray. The love of my life. The love of my life. Have a backup of her, the LYS Beauty setting spray. This is so good. It's a beautiful, more natural finish, but by the end of the day, I'm not feeling like I'm looking dewy or anything like that, because sometimes stuff that has a more natural finish can look more dewy throughout the day. This has a really beautiful hold and really makes makeup last all day. I mean, I did a entire video comparing this to a bunch of different setting sprays, including Urban Decay and including Charlotte Tilbury. I did a side-by-side swatchy poo. I did a rub, all of that. I did like a swatch, spray, then rubbed it, and I did that with all of them. This is really, really good. The hold is right there with my favorites, which again, Charlotte Tilbury, Urban Decay. It's really hard to find products that kind of are in the same playing field, whether it's a clean brand or not, and this just is right there. It's so good. Okay, so next, the love of my life is back. The Jones Road Beauty Mascara, and if you don't know, okay, she broke. I dropped her on the floor, and it must have been the weirdest angle that she dropped at, and it literally split here, and everything kind of exploded. The interior exploded everywhere. The thing that kind of, I don't know what happened. There was like plastic everywhere. It was awful. So I didn't have her for a while, and I was distraught. And she's back, and I love her so much. This mascara, I feel like I talk about this so much, I cannot be more clear how good this is. First of all, it's like volumizing, lengthening, and it holds a curl all day. It curls your lashes even if you're not using a curling wand, lash curler. And this just truly, like, bottom lashes, I have weepy eyes, and I tend to have mascara by the end of the day on my bottom lashes, just because that's how my under eyes are, but also how my eyes are, because I have just always allergies, okay? Or I'm always in a wind tunnel. I don't know what's going on, but I always have problems with mascara leaking. This does not leak. It doesn't leak. She's so good. Anyways, I've talked about this enough. Next, we're talking eyeliner. And the only reason we're talking about this eyeliner is because one of you reminded me that I keep wanting to buy the Kulfi eyeliner in brown. And I kept forgetting, and you reminded me, and I got it. Thank you, because I'm so happy. This shade is so beautiful. Let me do a little swatchy poo on the back of my hand for you. It's like the most beautiful brown that isn't super, super dark, where it's almost bordering on black, but it is dark where it's not like milk chocolate brown. I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. And they smudge really nicely, but they set up. This is a very, very long wearing, long lasting eyeliner. So just beware and smudge within the time frame that it needs to smudge, or it won't necessarily smudge as nicely. The Persona Cosmetics eyeliners are also really long lasting. I mean, there's so many out there, but the Kulfi and the Persona in my collection right now are definitely the longest wearing ones that I have. I prefer the Kulfi just because it smudges a little bit more, but if I want something that's just gonna like grip on and not move, the Persona one is amazing. I also really like the Victoria Beckham one, but the longevity isn't quite as long as this, in terms of that's more of a satin finish. This is more of a matte finish. I don't know, I'm obsessed with this. It's just so good. Look at that. Do you see that? Girl, get her. Next, we're talking eyeshadow, you guys, and I have been obsessing with this palette. This is from Lawless Beauty. This is their Dreamy Dozen palette, and it's just so beautiful. Look. Look. So you have your warm, your kind of more neutral, and then your cool tones. I actually did a look using this palette recently, and I've just been grabbing it nonstop. And the second it went up on the Sephora website, I believe, was it Sephora? either Sephora or Lawless website. The second it went up, I purchased it immediately because this intrigued me so much, because a palette that has all of these things is amazing, because sometimes when you get an all cool tone or an all warm tone or an all neutral and you kind of want to mix and match, this is just incredible. And in the video I did, I mixed the neutrals with the cool tones. I don't know, I'm obsessed with this, and this is definitely worth checking out, especially if you want a bunch of different shades and you don't want to be just stuck with one cool tone palette or one, you know, whatever palette, especially since a lot of the time you don't use every shade. This is very, very nice. I like it a lot. Okay, next we're gonna move on to tools. So first, lash curler. This is the Shiseido lash curler. I love this. She's so good. Doesn't pinch my lid. Doesn't pinch my lashes, imagine. Then it wouldn't be really good, man. It doesn't pinch my lid. I don't know, I'm a really big fan of this. Next. This is from Hourglass. I love this brush. And recently I've been loving this for if I'm going to be doing a foundation, skin tint, or whatever, I'm going to put it on the back of my hand and actually use this side of the brush. But I've also done this with this side. Get it all in the brush and then kind of blend it in. And I've just been loving the way that my makeup has been looking doing that, as opposed to using other brushes, or even as opposed to using my fingers there, or even a sponge. I've just been loving doing that. It just gives me enough coverage without being overwhelming. I don't know. Do you guys do that? Use like a somewhat fluffy brush and then just kind of put your product on and get the coverage you need. And I do know, of course, that some people need a lot more coverage than me. Some people need a lot less coverage than me. But using this trick is really nice also for not making your makeup look cakey. Which also, I feel like in winter, my makeup tends to look more cakey just because my skin gets a little bit more dry. So that's a nice trick if you feel like that happens to you. Okay, so the next. This brush, so this is from BK Beauty, and it's a slanted blush brush, or I believe it's a blush brush, but it's their 112, and oh my God, I've been loving this. I actually, every time I use this brush, because I've been testing this brush for a while now, every time I've used this brush and I've gone to see my brow lady, and she's the best, and she also does wedding makeup, she's so talented. Anyways, she will ask me, she's like, what blush are you wearing? But also, what did you apply it with? And every single time I'm like, this. It's just so good. I love this. And you know how I feel about a slanted blush brush. Now, the Sephora one is still a fave. Sephora 93 till I die, like so good. But this is such a nice alternative, especially because I have a small face and sometimes I really want my blush to be a little bit more pinpointed. This is so good. I love it. Now we're moving on to skincare. I have been loving this. This is the Caudalie Detox Oil. Because I had a breakout on my face a little bit, I needed this. She is good. I have a backup of this because I can't run out. She's too good. She keeps my breakouts at bay. I've talked about her a lot, so we're not going to keep yapping on, but it's great. So I've been testing a bunch of different things for under my eyes because I'm really trying to work on my dark circles. And I've been using this eye cream from Live Tinted for a couple of months now, and I've really been enjoying it. So this is their brightening eye cream, and what I love about this is it does have brightening qualities for immediate. Oh my gosh, I'm almost out. I have to order another one because I've been using a ton of this, and I've also been letting my husband use it. Mistake one. It has like a brightening quality to it. It has a little bit of a sheen, but it's not glittery. That is important for me to say. It is not glittery at all. I do feel like it's helped brighten my under eyes. And it plays really well with makeup on top. I don't know, I'm a very big fan. Next, this is amazing for when my lips are in winter and doing the most and the least at the same time. This is from Fresh, and this is their, what is it? Their lip primer? Yeah, smoothing lip primer. This is basically like a BHA exfoliator type of product. And my lips love this, and it helps so much with dryness because in winter, I'm just a flake. My lips are just one flake of no hydration, and this is really, really good. This is also another product I have backups of, and I have repurchased this so many times I can't even count. This is really good. Okay, next we're going on to serums. I actually have backups of these because we are very, very empty. We are talking about the Good Molecule serums I've been loving. So this one is their hyaluronic acid. I love this, and I apply this before I apply this one. And this one is their super peptide. Is it super peptide? Yep, super peptide serum. I love these. My skin loves these. My skin has been feeling dry as of late. And when I use these, my skin is really feeling a lot better. I love these. They're very good and they play well with makeup and stuff like that. With hyaluronic acid in general though, do not over apply hyaluronic acid because I do find that when you do that, not like a bad reaction or anything, but if you're wearing makeup, your makeup could pill. And I do find when there's peeling or pilling, girl, if I don't get it together, pilling, then it's always when I over apply a hyaluronic acid, whether it's this one or another one. So that's just something to know. So the next, we're talking face mask. So this is from Ren, and this is their comforting, calming, Ever Calm Ultra Comforting Rescue Mask. I love this, and I apply this to my face and just let it sit for about 15 minutes, and my skin just loves this. If it's feeling really tight, or it's feeling a little bit more peely, or it's just having a bad reaction or whatever, this is so good. My skin drinks this up and is obsessed with this. I highly recommend checking this out if you're kind of, even if you're the type of person that their skin is having an adverse reaction to retinol. If you're going like you're using a really high retinol and you notice your skin is kind of peeling, something like this would be really good. It doesn't have to necessarily be this to kind of help calm it down. So the next, my favorite face cream. I just love this from First Aid Beauty. I mean, I've talked about this a ton. I've also am obsessed with their collagen one, which is really good. So hydrating, so good, and it sits really well underneath makeup, and I have combination skin, so this works really well even though it's super hydrating. What it isn't is super greasy, and we love that for her because no one wants to look, and by no one I mean me, maybe you do, want to look like they just were by the fryer. There's nothing wrong with, you know, frying French fries or being by the fryer, but I don't want my makeup to reflect that, you know? This is really good, and this is really good for event makeup, in my opinion. That works really well for combination skin. I don't know. I'm a really big fan. Okay, next, hair. This from Krana Fair. This is their leave-in conditioner. I love this. I have a backup of this because it's just so good, and I am almost done. So we will be out of her soon. So thank God I got a backup during the Sephora sale because this is just so good. My hair loves this. I put it in my hair. My hair's up and greasy right now, please excuse, which is she's getting a full treatment wash, all of that today because it's been too long since I washed my hair. But when I put this in my hair just drinks it up, so it's not making my hair look wet or oily or anything like that. And right now my hair is in a really good spot. Normally I would do 2 pumps per side. Right now I'm doing 1 pump with maybe a teeny more on each side, and by each side I mean I split my hair in half. Like, let me show you. And my hair just loves this, and it has been in a really good healthy place with me using this. I don't know, I'm obsessed. And since she's a little bit expensive, I believe she's $42. If you can get this on sale, this is really good. But I'm a very big fan of Krana Fair, and I've tried their dry shampoo. Their dry shampoo is great. I don't know. I'm a big fan. Their scents are also incredible. And yeah, that's it for my November Clean Beauty favorites. I would love to know what have you been loving this month, and I would also love to know what your favorite holiday dish is. Please leave a comment down below because I love to hear what people like to eat for the holidays, whether you like savory or sweet. I tend to go more savory. I love savory dishes. I really do. And this year for Thanksgiving, I actually, for the first time, made a mac and cheese. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot because it was so freaking good, and I normally do not like. I was so nervous making it because I normally do not like mac and cheeses that people make because they're never smoky enough. I like a little bit of smokiness in them. There's never enough like spice or I don't know. It's a lot of the time it's bland and also dry, and also I also don't love egg in my mac and cheese. I know that's people love to make it. I actually made, someone's gonna come for me. I know I made a roux-less and an eggless mac and cheese, and it was truly I have to make it again at Christmas It was requested. That's how good it is. So I would love to know down below, what do you love to eat during the holidays? And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.